Hi, all my hair maniacs. The hair maniac, with Harry Flynn here. I'm here to bring you another video here today, and I want to wish all my hair maniacs a happy Thanksgiving, and to wish everyone a happy Black Friday. If you guys like the holiday, shop away. Buy something for the hair store. No, I'm kidding. If you guys want to do something nice for me for the holiday season, just subscribe to my channel. That means so much more than action figures. Just subscribe to my channel. Now, some news since the last time I was here. I've been sick and busy. Helping my mom. Been busy. And real lot of stuff been happening. I'm gonna do my second collab. We finally got a date. I think, yeah, pretty sure. December 7th. So that'll be not this Sunday, but the next Sunday. It'll be me, the hair of hairs, the brusky of the week, the tribal hair, the rated high superstar, Harry Flynn, and versus Jimmy Baby. And also, some of my other nicknames: Hurricane, OSW Award nominee. So that's next Sunday. Hope you guys can join us and support Harry Flynn in this battle, and he can win. And this is all good fun, so let's all have some good fun about it. Because if Jimmy loses and he's not down with that, like my friend Grim always says, we got 3 words for you. Eat it, yeah! Now let's get started with the Survivor Series. So, the booking. So, we kick off with the Women's Wargames match. The build is the Judgment Day ladies and Kabuki Warriors and Becky. They formed an alliance to take out the Raw Women's Division. And then on 1 week, they injured Brie Bella because she can't compete at War Games now because of it. So, and then so the Team Becky or Team Kabuki or Team whatever the name is, Becky wins, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, Julia, who joins the Kabukis after she lost the title to Chelsea Green, and then Asuka just took Kyrie out of the match and added her in, and Asuka is the 5th girl, brother, and Team AJ Lee or Team EO will be AJ Lee, who was the 5th member, Stephanie Vaquer, Nikki Bella, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley. So, and then let's see who starts. Stephanie Vaquer and Julia Starks, kind of like they both started in NXT together, and now they're starting in the War Games, World Champion, and seeing what's happening. The Kabukis want advantage, so the heels get out, go first, and so Asuka enters, and then as Vaquer is distracted by Julia, Asuka just missed Vaquer, and she just starts pump. They just start double teaming Vaquer until Nikki comes out to save Vaquer. And then next is Raquel comes in. Yeah, Raquel. I'm sorry, I can't read my writing. Uh, Nikki does her corner drop kick, but to Asuka off the top rope on the cage. Boom! And and uh, Raquel gets all the weapons, gets a chain and stuff, gets weapons, and just beating up Nikki and Vakir with the weapons until until Rhea enters, but then Asuka yells out, "Kyrie, no!" And then she like miss Rhea, and she grabs like a pipe and like just like whacks Rhea's knee, the pipe, and then referees are rushing down to check on her, and then she goes, "Oops, sorry," and then we see Brie appear chasing off Kyrie, so she's not in the match anymore. Then let's see where I'm at. And Becky enters next. Then AJ Lee enters, and they start brawling, and they do like a kendo stick saber fight. Boom, 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 and then Becky's like so focused on beating AJ during the build, she makes a mistake. Like she does her like manhandle slam, goes for a pin, and like her team's like, the match hasn't started yet. She goes, "You're right, damn it," because she wants to beat her so bad. Roxanne enters last. She pushes the ref, grabs the keys, locks the cage, the chain, and as they target the heel target the faces. Then Io enters. She focuses on she checks on Rhea, and then she scales the cage and does like a dive. And then during all this, you see Rhea like hobbling to the cage, and then she bursts the cage door open, rips the lock off, and she goes under the apron, pulls out Io's trash can, and then hands it to Io, and then we hear the announcer goes, "Wargames now begins!" And we get the match, finally, and they're all brawling, and one of the ending spots is Io goes for like trash can spot, but Roxanne rocks it off. She goes, "Not this time. Not this time." And then they start brawling, and then Io gets her with a jab, puts a trash can on Roxanne, does a Spanish fly off the top of the cage, and with Roxanne in the trash can on the women brawling. We hear, "This is awesome!" And then we get the final moments of the match. AJ is getting double teamed by Becky and Asuka. Asuka puts a goes for a miss one more time. AJ ducks, hits Becky. She's like, oh, mine. And then Nikki elbows Asuka. Becky taps out to the Black Widow again. And by the way, you can also have in this match, during the build, you can also have, like, you can tease, like, oh, can Nikki and AJ work together? Because they were heated rivals. But the faces win here. The heels are really mad at Becky for losing. And then we move on to the next match. Second match, we get Ilya Dragunov versus. We get a U.S. Open Challenge for the U.S. title. Ilya Dragunov. He defends it. Looks like Javon Evans is going to get a title shot. But he gets attacked by a masked man and Reelsby. Tommaso Ciampa goes, you're finally going to answer my challenge. Stop ducking me. You're going to answer my challenge. You guys have like a good 15-minute match. Or 10, 15, 12. And then Ilya wins. Finally. And that story. Four-on-four traditional Survivor Series match for the WWE Tag Team titles. The Wyatt Six, Howdy, Rowan, Gacy, Loomis versus the MFT, Solo, JC, Tala, Tonga, and Tama Tonga. Sorry, Tonga, you had to sit this one out, but they kind of like just keep brawling like during each week in the build, and we get this match here, and sorry, and we get Tala and Rowan stare down. They're both illegal men, and they're both brawling, and then they both like brawl on the announce table. Rowan, as the ref attempts before they hit to like they're at 7, and then choke slam for the another announcer's table, and they're both counted out. And then the match goes on for another 5 minutes until another elimination. JC eliminates Loomis, and Solo eliminates Gacy, and then 5 minutes later, Bo does a double sister Abigail to eliminate Tama and JC. Then Solo runs in with a Samoan spike, but Howdy catches them into his sister Abigail to pin 1, 2, 3. They retain the tag titles here. And my fourth match is a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title. LA Knight, defending against AJ Styles versus Logan Paul in a triple threat because they both did the shenanigan, like they both got double pinned, and Logan's like, it shouldn't be. But, and during this build, on the Go Home Raw, Logan holds the belt. He goes, this is going to be mine. And then Logan versus LA Knight versus, I got the stat. They just thought this is going to be, give it 20 minutes. And AJ and Logan do like a collide spot at the end, and towards the end, and then they try to do it again, but they both try to do. Oh wait, so no, I'm sorry. Then you spot is like he goes for the BFT on Logan. As AJ's doing the forearm, LA Knight catches AJ and does a double BFT to him and pins Logan 1, 2, 3. LA Knight retains. Yeah. And then it is announced during this, like, we have the Cena tournament, and during all this, because Seth got injured, they did Drew versus Cena at Saturday Night's main event, and Cena wins for his record 18th title. So at Cena's last match, it will be for the WWE title, and we did a tournament, and the finals will be Gunther versus Rusev in the finals. Finals Monday night. And we get men's Wargames, Team Vision, Drew McIntyre, Ethan Page, Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar, Bronson Reed versus Team Cena, because he wants to end Vision once and for all. He wants to be done with them at Wargames. And then because he kind of created this mess, he wants to end it there. And he gets help from Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. And first is Jey Uso representing the faces, then Braun Breaker, and then Bronson Reed, and they just like beat the they just beat the crud. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Beat the crud out of. Sorry, I'm just been weird out. And it's early, and I just and beats the crud out of Jay. Roman runs in, breaks, has the Superman punch, and he goes, "Yeah, we got this," and then calls out Brock. Brock's like really pissed, and then like came in. Page is trying to calm him down. He goes, and then next, Ethan Page goes out, but it's supposed to come out, but Brock like pushes Ethan Page out of the way, kicks down the cage door, runs down, gets weapons, gets a chain, and Brock goes into boy mode, or Suplex City mode, and he just throws people around and around. And then during all this, as Brock's targeting Jay, Roman and Braun do like the colliding spear spot, and they both like bump their heads to each other. And then third guy in for the faces is Cody Rhodes. Climbs in, does a dive, and Cody and Brock have their little stare down because they had their feud, and then they just start brawling. And then next is Ethan Page. Comes in, being a calorie heel, targets like a down Jey Uso. Then CM Punk comes in, saves Roman from Brock. He goes, "I didn't need your help." And then, because I think you did again. And then like Brock goes for a clothesline, but knees him in the face, wraps his knee in the chain that Brock brought in, and GTS, Brock on the chain, Roman hits a spear, Jay hits a splash, Cody hits his crossroads, and then Drew McIntyre enters. He as Ethan Page attacked Punk's like, come on, mother, come on, and then because we're on the run, another round in their regular feud, and Ethan Page like, boom, attacks him from behind, and then like elbows him back to the head, puts him between the cage door, Drew claymores Punk on the cage door. He's unconscious. Punk, the heels are taking force until John Cena comes in. And then during all this, like, runs in, goes Super Cena mode, and then he just he's doing his even to Brock, and then during all this, as the heels get advantage again, as they're about gonna win. During this, like, the heels set up like a double stack table and a ladder. Then Ethan tries to leave, and then Cena grabs him, gives him an AA off the ladder through the two tables. Roman spears Braun through the table. Roman spears Bronson through the cage as Punk and Jay handcuff Brock to the cage, watching his team lose in the main event. Cena's team wins. He's done with the Vision, retains, and then we see at the end, Gunther comes out, and he just looks and goes, that will be mine soon enough. Because if you want some, come get some. Because earlier this year, he couldn't beat Gunther. Can he do it again? Can he do it? I don't know. Well, and then that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. My Hair Maniacs. And I love you guys stuff, My Hair Maniacs. I just want to let you guys know for newcomers here, this is all my universe. I started in 2019 of WWE. So I know it's kind of messy a little bit, but this is my universe with WWE. And yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. And make sure you guys watch that collab because it's going to be awesome. I already finished all my stuff. I love you guys to death. Peace.